Undisputed, we are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. Guys, good morning. How are we today?
Good morning, Jen. How are you today?
Better than up in Toronto.
Oh, you got a new suit on today, huh? Yeah, don't think I know you trying to sneak a new suit past me.
I didn't even notice.
You did notice.
I didn't even know what you're talking
noticed.
about.
You know what?
Huh?
Oh, you didn't notice. You just put something on, huh?
You know, I just care about my arguments. That's all I care
all you care
Why you
about.
put that new suit on today?
One
Somebody
focus.
wants to try to distract the audience
you
with
tried
what
to
he's
distract
wearing.
me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I think I just succeeded.
It ain't
It
gonna
worked a little
Yeah.
bit.
No, not a little bit.
What do
We
you
have
got
a lot
on? An
to
old
get
suit
to.
today?
You know,
Today.
some old little Caesar Antolini, little something I put together here.
Some.
You know, something I old rags I threw on. I was in a hurry this morning.
The last thing, those are not rags. We have a lot to get to on today's show. How about this for a story? Should Zion stay out of New Orleans?
What?
And why is Odell staying away from Cleveland?
That's a good question.
A lot to get to, but we have to start with the NBA playoffs. The Bucks took game one at home last night over the Raptors, as most people expected. The Greek Freak had a big game with 24 points and 14 rebounds, but no one expected the Bucks to get a career playoff high 29 points from Brook Lopez. On Toronto's side, Kawhi Leonard scored 31, but he only had 2 points in the fourth quarter, and the Raptors were outscored 32-17 in the fourth. So, Shannon,
Yes.
what was the biggest reason why Toronto lost?
Milwaukee's defense, especially in the second half. And once they got past that first quarter where they were just letting Toronto get wide open looks at the three and getting whatever they want, Skip, they really buttoned it down, especially in the second half. They held Toronto to 28% shooting, and only Kyle Lowry was the only Raptor player that shot 50% or better. And when you can hold Kawhi to 10 of 26, Siakam was 6 of 20, Marc Gasol 2 of 11, 1 for 5 for Danny Green. Skip, it's hard to win like that. And they're forcing Kawhi. They did a great job of forcing Kawhi to become a volume shooter. That's not what he is. In the last series, he's efficient. If you look at his numbers in the postseason, he's 53% shooting. But that's not even close to 50%, over 50% last night. And so I thought the length, you know, you got Giannis at almost 7 foot. You got Mirotic. You got Ilyasova. You got Brook Lopez. Middleton is... And Bledsoe is a very good on-ball defender. So they can throw a lot of different looks at him, and I thought it caused them some problems. But what really happened, Skip, they cut the lead in the third quarter. They cut it down to 4 points. And right before the end of the third, Siakam hits a shot, a 35-foot three-pointer, pushes it to 7.
Yep.
But to start the fourth, Kawhi's on the bench.
Oh.
Because he had played 33 of a possible 36 minutes.
He's on the bench a lot.
Can I finish? You gonna let me finish?
No, I'm just.
It's
yeah,
my
I
turn.
was just.
Let me talk.
Amplifying what
I
you
don't
were
need you to.
saying.
I want you to amplify. I don't want you to amplify.
Adding on.
I'm good. My voice carries.
Good?
Yeah, my voice carries, so I'm amplifying it quite well. But Kawhi had to start on the bench, and what we've seen, and this happens a lot. It's not just unique to Toronto or unique to Kawhi. When your best player sits down, normally the team cuts until you lead. He starts the fourth quarter on the bench. They have a 7-point lead. He rests for about 2.5 minutes, and when he comes back, it's 2 points. And by that time, Milwaukee had gained control.
Really?
Brook Lopez.
That's interesting.
Like, who is this guy?
know.
A guy that scored 27 points in 5 games, all of a sudden comes up with a career-high 29 points in game one. And so, remember, I told you, I said, if you ask, we had this conversation yesterday, you want Kawhi, you want Giannis. I said, I think Kawhi's the better player, but I believe Giannis has the better supporting cast. And they proved me right last night.
Did
so
they?
the defense in which Milwaukee, what? Yeah, they did. Deployed on Toronto.
Yeah.
That's why, Skip. You see the numbers. 15 of 42, 34 of 92, 37% from the field, 35% from the three-point line. And I got that point spread right on. Did I get that point spread? You like that point spread I picked last night, Skip?
I don't even know what.
You know I said 104 to 96.
Really?
I was off a little bit, old Sharpadamas. It was 108 to 100.
Well, Sharpadamus was really off in his assessment of number 2 yesterday because I tried to tell you, I keep trying to tell you, number 2 cannot be trusted when the stakes are at the highest. He had no business making that Game 7 game-winning shot. You know it, and I know it. It was short. It hit the near side of the rim. It had no business lucking in, and it became the luckiest shot in the history of the NBA playoffs. But he followed that up by last night, right on schedule, predictably, costing his team a game the Raptors should have won on the road. Oh, did he cost them? As you just pointed out, I got to get a different TV. I don't know. Maybe I saw a different game, but you got this part right, and then you lost me on all the rest of it. But what you got right was Siakam hit a three-point bomb at the end of the third quarter, a buzzer-beating third-quarter bomb that put them up 7 points at Milwaukee. They had been in control of that game all the way. Every time Milwaukee made a little run, Toronto said, no, we got this.
Correct.
So now we're going to the fourth quarter up 7, and wouldn't you think it's now time for your quote-unquote superstar to take you home in game 1? Isn't it time for the man you call the best two-way player in all of basketball, the man you proclaimed yesterday is better than the Greek Freak? Isn't it time for him to take over that game in Milwaukee?
Doesn't he get a rest?
Well, all the stars get a rest for a couple of minutes to start the quarter.
Okay,
so he got his couple of minutes off, and then he came in. And then what? I'm glad you asked. From that point on, number 2 played like number 2, and I mean real number 2. And from that point on, he, the North, went nothing but south. You know it, and I know it. Number 2, who quit on the San Antonio Spurs, virtually just didn't show up last night in the fourth quarter for his new team because number 2, and you said he turned into a volume shooter? Yes. He took 3 shots in the fourth quarter.
He took 26.
He took 3 shots. This is the game on the line. You got a lead going to the fourth. You took 3 shots in the fourth quarter? How many did he make, Mr. Sharp? Help me out. What does your researcher tell you?
He didn't make any shots.
He made no shots in the fourth quarter.
He had 2 points.
He made 2 measly free throws. And I got to say it, I watched all the post-game coverage on TNT and other networks. I read tons of post-game coverage on all kinds of websites. I didn't hear one peep of criticism for number 2. And you know why? I hate to say this, but I think I've done it again. I think I have turned number 2 into a sympathetic figure. I think I have turned number 2, now that LeBron is on his couch and completely out of the picture, into the most sympathetic and overprotected, quote-unquote, superstar this side. Oh, overprotected. Wait until I get to what I'm going to get to here. But once again, all I heard after the game was it boiled down to a shootout between Brook Lopez and Kyle Lowry. Who knew?
Yeah.
What about that guy? How can you give him a pass for that? Because we keep seeing this in the playoffs, and I keep pointing up to you. But let's just look carefully at what happened last night in the fourth quarter. The biggest shame was your guy, the best two-way player in basketball, he got his shot blocked twice by Brook Lopez. Can we see the first one?
7 foot tall.
6 minutes and 11 seconds left. They're down 5, and your guy, number 2, goes into the lane and throws up the weakest. You know what? You will see. He got that. That was just weak. That was desperate force.
It was a runner.
Let's go to the next one. They're down 5 at that point. Then 1:39 left. You're only down 4. This is a big shot in the game, and you drive on Brook Lopez, and he just takes the ball away from you. Just took it right out of your hands. Are you that guy or not that guy? The game is teetering.
If I'm not mistaken, is Brook Lopez an NBA player?
Yeah, he's the guy the Lakers dumped last year. They just flat out said, see you later.
He had a game.
Walk out the door.
Yeah, think about it. That's a playoff career high.
Don't give me any of that nonsense. You would have laughed before, on this show 24 hours ago, you would have laughed if I'd say, Brook Lopez is going to outduel your guy in the fourth quarter. You just laugh at that, right? Okay, I'm not finished. It is my turn right now. Let's look at the shot he took. And this is the key one. This is 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. Number 2 takes a shot for the lead. This is just 2 minutes left in the game. Watch this. This is a 3-point shot. You want to talk about a brick? That one was shot so badly it had no chance of lucking in, right? Did you see that? It hit the backboard first.
I saw
you like that? That's clutch city. That's for the lead. That's to regain control of that game. So you're telling me that a guy who took 39 shots in Game 7 at home managed to take only 3 shots. Of course, he missed 23 of those shots.
But Skip, you said
3 shots? Come on. But how can you let him off the hook?
No, I'm not letting him.
You let him off the hook.
Hold on. You said he took.
Lord have mercy.
Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, in Game 7, did he take 39 shots in the fourth quarter, or did he take 39 shots?
He missed 23 shots in that game.
Okay, he missed 16 last night. That's what I mean by volume shooter. But you said something very interesting. You said he only attempted 3 shots last night. He was 0-3. if you don't mind, I don't know if because the people at home don't have the score sheet. Can you tell the people at home how many shots did Giannis Antetokounmpo attempted last night in the fourth?
Who won the game?
Oh, but see, now it's who won the game. How many points did Giannis score in the fourth quarter?
Here's what's funny about that. The whole Toronto defense, it's the wall that they put up against Giannis.
Okay.
Meanwhile, would you believe they played your guy number 2 just straight up the whole night? Most of the fourth quarter, it was just Chris Middleton one-on-one on number 2.
But then how did
you like that?
How did Brook Lopez block a shot of it? Chris Middleton.
Well, he just drove it in the middle.
Oh, exactly. So he's getting help.